Well, good morning, you cheeky tinkers. It's time for an alternative paper review.
First up to Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative daily, the Daily Express.
I'm just kidding. I don't think the Daily Express even have an investigative journalism team. What sort of questions are they looking to answer? I reckon an investigation in the Daily Express's editorial rooms is like, okay, today's question, right, is who wants to gently, orally massage the reproductive organs of whoever happens to be the Prime Minister this week? You do, Mesa? Oh, good. Good stuff.
Anyway, today they lead with the story that Defence Chief Grant Shapps
has told Gary Lineker to put a sock in it. Which, if you're a fan of the Daily Express's thing for free speech, this is a perfect headline for you.
Second only to the last time Lineker was in trouble for sharing his opinions, and they plastered his face right next to a headline clutching its pearls at the idea of protecting free speech.
Well, this is blighty. We should all be able to say anything we like at any time, except him, and accept that.
Anyway, this is now sort of Lineker 2.0, if you like.
And it started the other day when Lineker put his name on a petition to tell Parliament to do the right thing and vote the Rwanda thing down.
Shapps predictably responded by saying, "Stick to football, Gary. Like, I'm not really sure you're qualified to speak about this."
Which is hilarious, given that Shapps is the most unqualified Defence Secretary of the modern era.
Shapps was then quoted again this weekend, saying Lineker should get on with commenting on football and stop meddling in these other areas. Lineker responded in kind, saying, "That is a tad rich coming from someone who can't even stick to one name, for Shapps."
Personally, I would have gone, what, meddling in other areas? Well, it could be worse. I could dip my toe into web marketing.
Next, over to the Telegraph, who say Chief Scientist Patrick Vallance's diary is going to be kept secret.
Okay, so an inquiry that seeks to find out the truth and restore the public's confidence after the biggest public health event in a century.
That already appears fine, with every major political leader refusing to hand over their WhatsApps.
Is now going to voluntarily nuke the Chief Scientist's diary as well. So is your confidence restored? Mine is, absolutely.
Like, for the avoidance of doubt, I don't think there was some plandemic conspiracy.
I think lost phones, secret messages, and diaries being kept secret, I imagine that most of it is down to either incompetence or to spare the government its blushes.
But I also think if your responsibility is to win over the trust of the public, and you're doing this inquiry to establish lessons learned, and if there is another pandemic coming down the line,
you have to understand how bad this looks. How corrupt or secretive, or, if you want the public's trust and cooperation the next time there's something like this, you have to work on repairing that social contract now. Where to next? Over to the fear-stoking, trans-hating, tax-dodging Daily Mail.
Trans bullies won't silence me. Defiance of top Tory reported to police over man in wig row, as she writes in the Mail that she refuses to deny reality.
Now, if I might get a little faux intellectual with you, just for a moment, what this really comes down to is a fundamental disconnect in the way that the left and the right perceive reality. Like on the left, we very much think it's up to you to kind of own your story, to define how you want to be seen and referred to by the wider world. If I tell you that I want to be referred to now as John, I go by John, actually, I would expect you to respect my wishes in that and call me John. Like, people on the left believe that you should own your own story and be able to define yourself. I mean, it could also be that if you're aid, maybe it's just time for a rebrand. But anyway, that's the left. Then the people on the right, no, they don't really buy that so much. They want to be able to refer to you using the words that they choose. Your identity is absolutely their prerogative. They can choose any word to decide your identity and how you should be referred to. So, when we have a trans woman say, look, I am a woman, I identify as a woman, that is an individual saying, this is how I want to be represented to the wider world, this is my identity. Then you have the right-winger, the Conservative MP, buoyed by the right-wing press, going like, no, I get to decide the words and the identity that you are then represented to the wider world by. That's up to me, not you. So yeah, that is all this is. Anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you're enjoying these. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all the other things that people say at the end of these videos. And if you're on YouTube, you should be able to see the little join button. I'm starting a sort of community on YouTube for like-minded individuals, satire fans. It's a bit like Patreon. It's exactly like Patreon. So click the join button on YouTube, and until next time, peace.